Hello guys, welcome to my channel Comic here. Today I am going to tell you the comics of The Flash. Who remember Wally West? So before I start the story, let's roll the intro. So let's start the story. In the first page of comics, we see that there are many things are on the table, had drooped, and there a sound came. You a Flash fan? I met Barry Allen once. And then page 1 has ended, and let's go to page 2. So page 2 starts like this. 25th January, the Flash Museum. A man standing says, I was disappointed seeing the Flash Museum totaled. Doesn't faze me as much as you. And a girl stand beside the man says, whoever or whatever it was totally fired the security data, but a science police officer swears they saw a flash outside before it went down. A second man standing after the first man, and the girl says, not unheard of for a Flash to take a time trip that causes trouble. Did he happen to recognize which Flash it was? They talk to each other, and a man wearing a space suit says, Commander, sir, my evidence scanner is showing some unreal readings. And a girl says, life of Iris Allen. And then in the next page we see a big yellow flash and a man saying, you are not kidding, officer. Bold 3, a car, the reverse flash. My brother Box is picking up traces of his corpse imprint in the air. This case just escalated to murder, and the time of death matches when the destruction was caused. A woman stands aside from the man says, impossible. They scan again. All of Thompson's deaths have been recorded in the Flash Museum archives. Sorry, this is not Reverse Flash. It is only a statue of Big Reverse Flash. And a man standing beside the first man says, someone should have locked Thomney up in Ironhide and thrown away the key a long time ago. The first man says, the hellhole is equipped to hold one person. Now you know that? Reverse Flash put them here. The one good thing Thorn ever did was caused. Beep beep. The first person's scanners beeping, and then first person says, hold on, there are some heavy temporal flares and in the next scene we see in a museum named Wally West, a first man whose scanner is beeping came and says, the Wally West wing? What are the chances of getting struck by lightning in the exact same way as Barry Allen? Then he just gets to leave out every kid's fantasy and team up with his hero, call himself Kid Flash. No one is that lucky. No one. Our history books detail that changes were made to the timeline, and West was nearly lost in the Speed Force. And then we see that West is the statue of Flash, and the first man again says, but he found a lightning rod to pull him back, so he could be the Flash again. And that isn't right. The history here is all wrong. The energy overflowing in this room is more than temporal fluxes. And then he said again, I am picking up other forces beyond anything I have ever seen. Whatever they are tied into events that happened in the 21st century. Something big must have happened that damaged the Speed Force across all of time and space. And in the next scene we see a villain head destroying everything and says, and it's far from over. Central City, present day. This story and Wally West came and saves people's life and says this lunatic has been at the for hours. And then Flash also comes and says the top wants everyone to be just as disoriented as he is, Kid Flash. And then Wally West, Kid Flash says, my name is Wally, to give his introduction, my name is Wally West, and Kid Flash's real name is also Wally West. It gets confusing, I know. We are working on it. We are superheroes, expect. My planet didn't blow up. My parents were not shot in an alley, and I wasn't chosen to be a space cop. All that happened to me was the Flash. His name is Barry Allen. He's my uncle and one of my best friends. It's his unquestioning sense of hope that inspired me to be a hero. He says he is the fastest man alive, which is detachable. And then Flash says, we should put our tongue spin on the top plan, boys. And Kid Flash says, and I never have the heart to tell him how dirty he can be. And the villain who is destroying everything says, is that really you, Flash? It's you. It's so hard to trust my own eyes nowadays. It's been a real struggle to keep reality straight in my head. Sorry, there are not only Flash and Wally West. There are many Flashes are saving Kid Flashes saving the peoples. And one of them says, can you please show Tornado Man what speed really is, Flash? And another Kid Flash says, the top spin can hit an FS on the Futeja scale, Kid Flash. And the real Flash says, but there are other reasons. He is one of most dangerous foes. He gives off a wave of energy that can cause vertigo. And then the villain says, how embarrassing for you, Flash, to feel your mind spinning further and further away. But I know how it feels to have your world go topsy-turvy. And the real Flash says, my mom always told me I had two left feet, but I still I will still get on the dance floor, especially if it helps create a distraction Ross code. And the bad villain says, "Oh, are you referring me to your teacher's pets? They are there are only two Kid Flash and a Flash. Two Kid Flash are running very fastly around the villain, and the villain again says, my superior intellect has your plan all figured out, you silly speedsters, reversing my spin with yours, hoping the centrifugal forces will create interior, or you are trying to suck the air of my cyclone so I will pass out." And then two Kid Flash, one of them say, "Man, listen, I was never very good with games. I find the easiest way to stop a top," the villain says, "is to break the table it's on. My balance. No, I just wanted to free everyone's minds from." And then Flash come very fast and punched on the villain. So the Flash Who Remembers Wally West Part 1 has been ended. If you guys want to listen other parts of Flash Who Remember Wally West, so please comment. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.